today is the day where Prime Minister Takaishi is agreeing with us. She has allegedly, in the last week's meeting with Bank of Japan Governor Ueda, said that she had reservations about further rate hikes. That is according to Money to Daily. And that is about 8:05 a.m. this morning. And what happened? Boom. Boom. Okay. So we didn't hit stop loss. We didn't hit. I didn't. Sorry. I didn't hit stop loss after all. Then. So good morning. It is Tuesday, 24th of February, 2025. Whatever I'm going to talk about today is only for education purposes, only my opinions, and not financial advice. Cool. Dollar is on the rise. Surprisingly, not necessarily, but always fun that one too. On my Sunday video, I said that, or yeah, on the meeting on Sunday, I said that we're gonna go higher and then lower, and then the market was like, "Haha, with the let's do opposite." So okay, cool. I was not right about that one, but I don't have any dollar trades on. Because I took my profits at 17.50 on Thursday or Friday. So to me, it can do whatever you want. I am fundamentally, economically bullish on dollar, but with the recent events of how things is going with Iran, with the tariffs, that should lead to euro strength, and I haven't seen it yet. So I guess the market is waiting for the fact that we have something, and then until then, we are turning dollar higher. That also means that dollar yen has, yeah, has gone higher. I should have seen that one coming, huh? I should have seen that one coming. But on Sunday, I was not necessarily I wasn't confused, but I couldn't, with uh with a strong conviction, say that it's gonna go either or. And I must say, I'm slightly surprised that it's even higher. Why? Because in my world, dollar would be weak, yen would be weak. So range was kind of what I was expecting after all, anyways. But then, um, what do we do? What do we do now? First of all, I need to double check that our targets are in place. That would be here. Okay, they are still intact. So still 110.9, and for euro, we are coming up to this week's target at about 184.10. Now that scares me. But yeah, that's not what I want to see, because that makes me need to take profits. Okay, but if we are in a range, okay, we can probably go higher than the range then. So need to be worried about this one. British pound, Japanese yen is also very close to target. I feel like it kind of, yeah, is a range, and the entries are the bottom of the range. I don't do range trading, so to me, okay, it is what it is then. Nothing too crazy. So to me, there you are. To me, it's okay. It's at the end of the day, nah, it's okay. I can live. I can live without. I can live without one or two entries that I didn't take, even though I may have should have. could have, would have. Yeah, it's okay. It doesn't break anyone. And then going forward, what's important right now? What's important to me right now is that we get some bullishness on euro dollar. I don't see that it's going to do that by itself right now, but looking for bullishness. I don't know what news we would need for that to happen, but obviously we need Iran, we need Iran deal, or we need to resolve that. Then we can turn higher. So to me, it's uh, to me, short-term volatility is to the upside. So I need more proof. Right now, I don't have the proof, so we'll wait for the proof and we'll wait for the deal and see how the market reacts. My anticipation is that it's going to be euro strength, dollar weakness, but it's also going to help my euro yen trade if we get euro strength. But yeah, so far so good. For the Australian dollar, there was supposed to be, or is it tomorrow? Oh, it's on Wednesday. Okay, so fair enough. On Wednesday there is Aussie CPI. I was hoping it was this morning. I was really hoping that one to be out because that would be 1 a.m. Yeah, okay. Then we have to wait. So for Australia, for me, is very range bound, or it's not going anywhere. It's not going anywhere. It has gone somewhere, and that's why it has paused. Stronger expectations for higher rates has been priced in, and for it to have a new leg higher or lower is that it needs higher inflation in the inflation data tomorrow. And if that doesn't help out, then okay, cool. But then it would turn lower, and at least we get a better price. Because inflation in Australia is rising, so that would mean higher. So I hope that could have given me something this morning, but it didn't. Okay, it is what it is. Pound is generally weak. I thought it would go higher this week, and as much as dollar is still strong, this is going to continue being depressed. And pound in itself is very fundamentally weak. They are priced in to cut in their next meeting, so that doesn't help positive pound trade. And more than anything else, the pound trade has really happened. Like we have seen British pound Australian dollar, for that matter, and British pound Canadian and British pound New Zealand has already had a good, what is it, 1,000? Yeah, a good 1,000 pips already moved because of the weak pound and the strong New Zealand, the strong Aussie. So it's a bit late to the party, as you can see here. The price action down here is consolidating and has stopped trending because we have done, or market has done what it wants to do. So that's all gone, and for all intents and purposes of everything, when I'm looking for a sell, I'm looking for the pullback. Maybe that was enough. I don't know if that would be enough in the time that I would looked at it, but this market never gave us. After that, we never gave us an entry, so you really had to be on top of your game to be a part of it. And I'm generally not looking in this direction because commodity pairs, pound, Aussie, New Zealand, CAD against each other, um, generally is range bound, and it's up and down 300 pips. I can't I can't do that over time. So to me, yeah. Bernard says he passed the DNA funded challenge, and he entered Aussie yen and Euro yen, but entered a lower price than me. And he says many things. Absolutely great. That is clap for you, not clap for me, clap for yourself. Fantastic. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. And then you're also kind of in the same boat as well for 2026. Lower, I wouldn't have seen this one coming out of the books anyways, because Euro strength positioned, or at least mentally, so I wouldn't have looked that way. And then New Zealand CAD as well. As you can see, range bound. I don't like range bound market because who am I? Oh, New Zealand goes higher. Wouldn't have thought. Dollar yen. Of course, it's obvious. So obvious that I bought Aussie yen over here. And took profit up here. Sorry, not that much. 56.6, something like that. And then it came around to make another range bound thing, and then went higher. And that pullback there would be, I mean, could have been, would have been. But in my mind, I saw this as going lower. Now, that is based upon the risk event analysis. And if you take last year, when US had a strike with Iran, dollar yen did rise sharply higher, and then it fell. So I guess I just don't know how far higher dollar yen could go. So I'm not really interested in that discovery. Euro yen just went above by 183.96. Let's take a look. And that means that we are at weekly target or so. We're close to weekly target. We are within 10 pips. So yeah, we are at 10 pips right now. Okay, cool. Yeah. What a good morning. Okay. Then that's then we have to make a decision. Are we going to get out, or are we going to stay in? And if we stay in, is it going to turn on us? Because my initial target and my initial trade is that we are supposed to take profit at 186, not 183, or 184, sorry. So it's a 200 pip difference. But also, we have a bullish reversal now. We have a new trend. So I'm going to be so cheeky. I'm not going to take profit here, even though pivot point rule says it. My initial goal was here. And if I need to wait another week for it to go higher, then I'll do that. Of course, if we have an increase in risk, this is absolutely going to tank. So that's the risk, and I've been told, and now you know. And if this one goes lower, okay, then it wasn't for us. But absolutely beautiful, fantastic. Dollar yen. So the thing is about convictions and and expectations that not necessarily driven me a lot, but it is very crucial for me to be on top of money flow, and money flow is of course dependent on risk environment and where we believe market should go, and that move there was very clear to me, allegedly at least, that we were going to go lower on dollar, and I thought, okay, cool, that is okay, that is great, that's what I thought it would do, that's my expectation, and then um, and then it reversed. Okay, that's just part of, and this is a 50-50 situation where if you if that is the buy area and then that's the sell area, and then market decides if we were supposed to go higher or lower. So take that notes, take mental note for next time. Could have done CAD yen. Yeah, absolutely. I could have done CAD yen, and I could have done Swiss yen. Even though you can see that there is an attempt that didn't really come to fruition here, is the fact that I'm seeing fundamental reasons for the currency in itself to be weak or not in line with a bullish direction. So to me, that is, yeah, that's why I wouldn't take it. And secondly, I don't like too much risk on it at the same time. So it can, it can sell it and see, it can prove that I was right, because over time, what I'm always looking at and what I'm always looking for is that your process is always what's going to lead you to what you do. So if your process is flawed, it doesn't really matter. But if your process is right and you have losses, but your process is right, your process is right, your process is right, your process is right, then over time, I believe that you are going to be rewarded, because at some point, the market can turn around you because of higher volatility or different interest rate differentials and expectations. Let's say you're bullish on euro, but markets takes it lower momentarily. Okay, then you can get a 300 pip better price then, if that's. We have had a very strong bullish trend, and we have come a bit lower, and then now we are turning higher again. So, this isn't a move I should have missed, but fundamentally I don't agree. So I didn't take it, and I took the other ones as well. So I'm still very much happy. What should happen now is we need to see where this volatility event ends, because at the end of the day, I don't know where it's going to go. Are we going to stop now because that's a weaker target on CHF? That is it a weaker target on CAD? Really yet? Pound is close to weekly target. New Zealand is at weekly target, and dollar yen still has some room. Okay, that makes me worried. Okay. So the general deal here, and the general thought process and thought process, is that once you hit weekly target, it's over. You get out and take the profits. You leave. What generally tends to happen if that happens is one of the two, but of course always, is that either we just touch it and then we go lower, or like what I'm expecting this week to do, is that we go up to target, we go well beyond, but by next week we have a better price. So which one am I going to go for? Am I going to go for just a touch, but also my trade is from last week, or are we going to go way beyond and way beyond, but be out before we come back again? Yeah, So what my approach here is as follows: is I am still holding, still holding for my initial target, and I am aware of where we are now, that we may turn around lower. But yeah, that is definitely the partial take profit for those who take partial profits. Is definitely in the area right now. So congratulations, 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 congratulations. Very good. Very good, very good, very good. If we go over to oil, and to me, oil is a place and a moment and a situation where if it doesn't make a higher high, it's going to make a lower low. So we haven't really made a new higher high yet, and for the obvious reasons, there has not been an escalation. And therefore, I believe that if it breaks 65.50, so somewhere between here, if it breaks this box here of gray things, see gray, becomes gray, at least with this background. If it leaves this box, and I believe it will lead to the downside, then we are pricing out the event because nothing really happened. Now, there's a problem in this case that Trump gave Iran 48 hours on Sunday evening to make a deal or to agree to a deal or something. So that was about 10 p.m. and that is about 36 hours ago. So tonight at around 10 p.m. Or 4 p.m. New York time, I think it is, then we may have a decision. We may have a decision. So until then, we'll see. But I would, if I were in a trade, if I were in here, I would be watching at least price action about 65.50. And if we break, then that's kind of where we're going to go. We're going to go way below the 62 target. Where do I have that from? If we go back to last year, and we go to July, we go to 22nd. So we gapped up when there was a strike, and then Iran retaliates about 4 p.m., about there, and then nothing really major happened, and then it absolutely fell off the roof. So this is where, I don't know where it started. It starts about here, I think, actually. Yeah, it starts about here. And then you can see it drops a good four, almost five, yeah, $4.50 more than the bottom. So that's why I'm saying if this is the bottom, then we're gonna go at least 4 or 5 below that. So 4 or 5, that's down to 58, 58 and a half, probably something in that direction. So 57 and a half to 58 would then be my mental target. So I wouldn't be, yeah, that's kind of where I'm expecting things to go right now. So if I was in a buy, I would have probably gotten out by now because we didn't make a new high here, and that is very worrisome. Let me do that. Let me do that. It's just based upon current information, of course, not actual trade, but it's just what I'm currently seeing in the market. And then our beloved gold. There is, of course, bullish pressure, as it was last year. It was a bullish pressure, but as always, and as well as with oil, if the market prices out the risk that there's no more issues. For example, we have a deal. If we have a deal, gold is going to fall. And this was is the president, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said that he was very optimistic about a deal with Iran. And that was about 12th of February. That's 12 days ago. So market sharply fell on that statement. And if you get a similar statement again, you're going to get the same price action downside. Now, it has turned around higher. That is because not entirely limited to, but also we're coming out of lunar year, and then we have Hezbollah says that we will not be neutral in Iran-US war. And they will participate. Okay, stakes just increased. If Hezbollah in Lebanon also, then we have a 4. Then we have a, well, probably the same as last time, we have a 4-state involvement. And if you include the Houthis, then you have a 5-party situation. So that's just up the stakes. Fun times then. Fun times then. Okay, cool. Thank you. So you're not necessarily limited to only upside. You are definitely both sides, and I don't have a position right now, so I can't really say anything. But I am worried that it will go lower at the end of the day. So I haven't found an entry, and I don't see an entry at the moment either for myself. See dollar yen. I love that. What about it? It's a trade I didn't take, but it's definitely part of yen pairs I took. Yeah, absolutely smashing that one. Okay, I think it is great what has happened to dollar yen. New high, and I wouldn't say that the party is gone, but of course, evidently that was the purchase price for those who had just the price of 140.54 was 154 and some change would be your entry. I didn't take it because I thought these were going to go lower at the time when I saw it falling. So, and then I also saw it here. I'm like, not really. But of course, this morning it's skyrocketed because Takaishi, the Japan Prime Minister, is not fan of a rate hike, and it's not and has reservations about further rate hikes, according to Maichi Daily. So, I mean, why not? So yeah, I think it's just short. You think you should short? Okay. Why would you short it? Oh, that's a fun little experiment. Why would you short dollar yen? Now that's just only pure. Is it pure momentum? Is it that it's too high? Is it resistance? Is it what's the why are we shorting dollar yen? 19, 89. Something like that. There's a lot of pips done, but yeah. Why would we do that? In the meantime, S&P 500 has turned into this fun range. So I'm just in and out of profit. It seems to lag driver higher. I am worried about the pricing. And also, for that matter, the lack of new higher highs. surprises me. It's not really giving me too much right now. I'm rather annoyed that S&P 500 is just gone into range. But yeah, maybe March can give us something. For the dollar yen short position, I would argue that the only way forward would be um, for yeah, the Iran-US conflict to end, so that yeah, or Takaishi comes out and says that she still is very fond of rate hike, then that will absolutely send yen back lower. Let's see if the news. China hopes to deepen a trade deal with for Germany. China Commerce Ministry Germany will lead executives from 30 companies to visit in China. Okay. EU Foreign Minister France were trying to find a solution with the Russia sanctions. Okay. Relationship with US has taken a heavy blow. As you can see here, yen is absolutely weak on the currency strength index this morning. And Aussie is one of the stronger ones. China urged US to refrain from imposing additional unilateral tariffs, and China is willing to hold the sixth around trade talks. That would be 6th of March or something. Okay, then that is great. On 15 about the touch. Okay, okay. And of course, I wouldn't take that trade whatsoever on a million years. It's a fun little experiment thought process. Because if I were to do anything at all, it would have been nothing. What I would do, what I did do is to take this one higher, but it seems like market is taking profit at a weekly target. Okay, and that's worrisome. But okay. Touch on euro, yen. Touch on New Zealand yen. A touch on Swiss yen. Interesting. And then maybe I turn lower on dollar yen. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how this one develops throughout the day. So at the end of the day, I'm monitoring yen pairs. I am monitoring dollar pairs, and I will get something out of this when once the dollar starts to fall, which hopefully can start soon. And then and until then, hope you have a great day. I didn't find any new trades this morning. Wish I did on euro yen, so that it bought it before, but already in it. So it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's a good game. So 184. So a good. How many pips in profit is it? About 130 pips or so, and about 85 pips in profits. That's a good day. All right. I'll see you guys later. Boom.